Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of The Points of Articulation. My name's Dave and if you're new to the channel, welcome everybody. Today I'm looking at the Hot Wheels Star Wars Battle Rollers Princess Leia with Tantive 4, released in 2018. This vessel was first seen in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Now the Corellian Corvette, also called the CR-90, is one of those iconic Star Wars vessels. Normally if you show this to a Star Wars fan, they'll know it. However, with this piece by Hot Wheels, the Battle Rollers take all those details and shapes that we know and love and basically do a very cartoonish caricature of what that ship would look like. So here we have a very stylized vessel, the Tantive 4, complete with Princess Leia. And I have to admit, for me personally, this is sort of my median. I don't really hate it at all, but it's not one of my favorites either. It's got some great details. I do like the Princess Leia on there, but it's kind of, with the paint and stuff, it's kind of meh for me anyway. But like I said, I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite either. Now for the size of this particular piece, we're looking at about 1¼ inches long, or about 3 centimeters for all you metric users out there. So today's going to be a very quick review. For those who are new to my channel, what I like to do is show off the mold, get real close, see what we're actually paying for, look at the paint, compare it to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. So let's get started. Alright, so let's kick this video off looking at the mold. Now normally in my videos I go over all the major points, go over the mold, get a close-up, and then we move on to the paint. But we're just going to combine everything together since it's such a small item. So first of all, let's talk about the paint. We have about, I would say, 6 different colors here. First up is a nice off-white. It's the main color of the ship itself. And it looks pretty good. Nice color choice. Notice off-white or off-gray is the main color in all these Hot Wheels vessels. I don't know why. It just is. Moving on from there, we do have a dark orange, which goes around the center and around the forward section as well. Pretty nice. Moving on, we do have some glossy black for the cockpit section or bridge, which looks pretty cool. And it's a little recessed in there, so that's nice. Moving on from there, we have white for Princess Leia's gown. Then we have brown for her hair, a nice tan for her skin, black, you can see for her eyebrows, which is a little paint mishap right there, her eyes, and then we have a little pink for her lips. All in all, very nicely done. Not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but pretty cool nonetheless. So for the mold, we have a couple different sections here. We have our forward with our bridge, which looks great. We have our midsection. There's no turrets or escape pods anywhere here, but we have some nice detailing, and also our docking rings, which is one on this side and also one on that side. And then we have our aft, which has about 10 different engines on there, which looks pretty good. So let's start going over all this, and then we'll get a nice close-up of Princess Leia and her cockpit section. So first of all, on the bottom of the vessel, we have 2 rivets holding it together, copyright crap, trackball with supports, which looks pretty good, all in all. Now for those who are wondering and don't know what a battle roller is, these were designed to roll on different tracks, crash into each other, and all that fun stuff. Now, does it roll? I don't know. We'll find out in a couple moments, I guess. But moving on from there, underneath here we do have some nice detailing. We can see some panel lines, little hoses and doodads, more copyright crap right there, and then some panel lines in the front. All in all, pretty nice when they didn't even have to put the detailing down here to begin with. Awesome. So moving on, we have our forward section. Again, this is the bridge. There's our window right there. We have our forward airlocks right here, which looks pretty awesome. And then we have our panel lines coming across the top, which looks pretty cool. And a little bit of detail on the sides. You can see that raised section right before the seam line here. Didn't need to do it, but any detail is good detail, right? So pretty awesome. Now this is the most detailed section, the center. We can see tons of panel lines there. Very cool. Nothing's really flat, as you can see. Our dock and ring. And then more detailing coming across the top. Again, we'll look at Princess Leia in just a few. But nicely done with all that detail there. And here we have our other side. Looking pretty dope. Now for the aft section, or the engines, we have some nice detailing coming around the side here. Pretty cool. Same for this side, which looks nice. Again, this type of paint, I believe it's enamel, makes everything kind of rounded and smooth. So sometimes you lose some of that detail, but it is what it is. On the top, we have some nice detail in there. Looking good. And then in the aft, we have our engines, which, as you can see, there's little rectangles here. And then our engines are protruding out, and they're all very detailed, sort of look like bottle caps or little tires. And on the interior, we have little tiny recesses. All in all, looks pretty awesome. I think it came out pretty great. So now let's get a close-up look at Princess Leia. Alright, getting as close as I can, we can see Princess Leia's detail. Again, a little paint mishap on her eyebrow. But she has a nose, you can see the little creases for her eyes. And her hair is very detailed as well. Again, like I said, the paint is not perfect. But I guess it is what it is. Nicely done for the size. Coming down for her costume, you can see everything has little folds in it. The gown has a hood, which looks great. And we can see her fist, which, if you look closely at the tops here and here, there is little joysticks in her hands. They're just not painted. And to be honest, they're not really painted for any of these battle rollers that I've noticed. And they're connected to this control panel here, which has several different buttons and doodads. All in all, nicely done for the size. So all in all, that's everything I have to say about the paint and the mold. This may be a very cartoonish piece. You know, it's not exactly accurate by any stretch of the imagination to a normal blockade runner, but with the Battle Rollers line, I sort of like this cartoonish look, and I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I kind of dig it. So now, before we compare it to some other pieces, let's find out, does it roll? So now, let's find out, does it roll? So at the bottom here, you know, it's just a ball, track ball if you will. And then we have a normal Hot Wheels track. You can get this at Walmart, Target, all major toy stores. So let's put it on there and see how it rolls. So like always, we're going to tilt it. Wow, it actually rolls pretty good compared to some of them. Right on. And now for a quick size comparison with the Battle Rollers Princess Leia with Tantive 4 seen in the center. First, on the right hand side, we have a Jawa with a sandcrawler, looking dope. And then on the left hand side, we have Darth Vader in his TIE Advanced. And for an added bonus size comparison with Princess Leia with the Tantive 4 seen in the center, I have some other Battle Rollers. First, on the left hand side, we have Emperor Palpatine in his Imperial Shuttle, looking cool. And finally, on the right-hand side, we have the one and only Boba Fett in his Slave One, looking great. And finally, I know somebody's gonna ask for it. Here we have our final size comparison with the Battle Rollers Princess Leia, seen on the left, with the Hot Wheels Starships version of the Tantive 4. All in all, these are some great vessels, each cool in their own way. As always, if you would like to see any of the vessels I reviewed today, check the links in the description below. And that does it today for my quick review of the Hot Wheels Star Wars Battle Rollers Princess Leia with Tantive 4, released in 2018. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I know the Battle Rollers are an acquired taste in the Hot Wheels collector community. I know collectors who love them, and I know collectors who despise them. I myself am basically in the middle. I do enjoy some of them very much, even love them, but some of them, they're just meh. So what do I think about Princess Leia here? Well, first of all, I do like the cartoonish aspects of the Tantive 4. I do think it looks good. Is it covered with super awesome detail? No, but it has detail that shows off the primary parts of the vessel, and therefore, I gotta check off that box that the mold is actually pretty well done. Could they have done better? Yeah, here and there, but on the whole, fitted in with the rest of the Battle Rollers line, it's well done. Moving on to the paint, it's a little sloppy here and there. I know looking at it through my iPhone right here, I can see the orange paint is a little smeared. We have the paint on Princess Leia's forehead, and also her eyebrows a little messed up. So, the little things start to add up. Now, generally, nobody's going to be looking at these as close as I did today. If you just have it on the table and you're a couple feet away, you're really not going to notice all this stuff. But I like to show you all at home what you're really paying for, and sadly, that's part of it. Some of these are painted really good, which has been mostly all of them, and then we get something like this that has a couple different mistakes on it. And sadly, that's just the nature of the beast with these. You never know what you're really gonna get, which is why normally when I buy some of these, I would sit there and go through all of them and look for the one with the best paint and yank it off the peg or shelf. For all of you Black Series and Marvel Legends collectors out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For what this is supposed to be and represent and the cartoonish characteristics, it's well done. I just think the paint could have been a little better here or there. Now, if you're wondering at home where I've been getting these Battle Rollers, normally I get them off eBay. They're normally cheap for a package of a couple, but I did get most of mine from an Ollie's store in Pennsylvania, and they were selling for like maybe $2 a pop, which $2, fine, that's awesome, go for it. But if they were selling these for like $5 or $4, I would probably just keep walking, to be honest with you. Some of them are pretty cool, but do I think all of them are worth a very high price point? I don't think so. So that's everything I have to say about the Tantive 4 today with Princess Leia. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, and if you would like to see new videos every week, subscribe. Again, thank you to all of you who are taking time out of your busy schedule to watch my content. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.